Welcome, Diaspora family. Shea Richburg here. Today, I'm really excited to share a story with you. I'm so excited I actually brought my notes for you guys today. Okay, so sit back and let's relax and listen to the story. Now, I want you to imagine that you're a judge and you're sitting in the highest court in the state of Georgia. A prosecutor walks in with her legal brief. She has her team. She has all her documents that's supporting her case. Now, after coming in there, she understands she needs all her research. She needs all her case citations, which she's ready to explain, all the evidence that supports all her arguments. And then she starts reading her arguments to the judge. And then something sounds a little off. It's a little dry. Something's weird. I don't know what's going on. Because the cases she is citing do not exist, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what this attorney thought she was doing that day, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, she walked into a Georgia court. She actually had briefings, she had cases, she had citation numbers for cases that never existed. And why did they never exist, ladies and gentlemen? Because actually somebody on her legal team used AI, and AI came up with cases that it just created. Well, you might be thinking, how is this possible? It is very much possible, ladies and gentlemen. AI is known for having AI hallucinations, which means that AI literally will just make up stories. Yes. Please write in the chat if any of you have heard of this before. But AI hallucinations is very real. It's something that takes place, every now and then. And it's really up to us to decide and do our research to know if what AI is saying is right, is truthful, is accurate, or if there's any indication that there are things that just don't make any sense. So, without further ado, I'm going to share the story with you. I want you to watch this clip.
Or at least 5 citations to cases that don't exist.
Your Honor, I'm not aware of that, but I would be glad to research that.
The prosecutor violated her office's ethical standards by relying on artificial intelligence. She now faces sanctions including suspension, loss of privileges, and a grievance with the state bar.
Okay, so you just saw the video of the attorney and the judge. The attorney was surprised. She couldn't believe that her team actually produced evidence that was not fact-checked. And she produced this evidence to the judge. And, unfortunately for the attorney, she is looking at, huge fines and possibly being disbarred, which I feel really bad for her. She didn't do it herself. It was someone on her team. And I'm sure the person on her team did not mean to do that. But let's go over some takeaways from this situation so you don't ever find yourself in sticky situations surrounding AI. The number one takeaway is AI without your eyes on the tool is not a benefit. It is just a downright liability. Okay, so don't use AI, just as face value. And you see this a lot in examples. You see students, high school, college students using AI, ChatGPT to write a paper, even writing an email. I can tell you sometimes, people write me emails and, one day it sounds like the person I know, the other day it sounds like a professor, and it's like, what are we talking about? Why is your grammar changed today? And you think I wouldn't notice it. So you have to actually keep your eyes on AI. You can't be blindsided and assume that AI, is going to spit out something that's accurate or actually replicate you. So you have to keep your eyes on AI when working with AI. Number 2, you have to always verify and not just blindly trust something, right? So also you have papers that people use with AI and you have plagiarism issues. Again, you have this AI hallucinations. It's so frequent that is the actual term. It sounds crazy, but it is actually happening out there. So I don't want you to be victim of a AI hallucination. So you really have to be responsible and not hand over all responsibilities to AI. This is professionally, this is personally, because it can cause huge damage overall. And as a community, we can't afford to outsource our thinking. You have to use the AI machine to help you, to enhance you, not to take over your voice, not to give an inaccurate voice, not to give you misrepresentation. And this is something that we're seeing a lot of, okay? I even notice when I use AI, sometimes I try to get a picture of myself using AI, and I don't know who they give me. I don't know this woman. It doesn't look like me at all. So again, AI in different capacities. It could be through voice. It could be pictures. It could be writing. It could be an email. It could be anything. Ladies and gentlemen, do not fall victim to using AI and then it blows up in your face because you did not do your research. AI is here to help you. It is not here to replace your thinking. It's not here to replace your identity. It's not here to replace your voice in an email, right? It's for you to use it and then you tailor it. You put your essence in it and then it makes it fantastic. Okay. And so point of the story is, in the legal system, you really have to do your due diligence. This attorney and her staff, they really did not. They really thought AI had their best interest, and AI said, well, honey, this is what you wanted, and I'll give it to you if it's truthful or not. So thanks, ladies and gentlemen. It's always great to see you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.